The Drake versus UMG lawsuit that we all lost focus on, that we all probably forgot about because there was very few motions in the last couple of months. Well, that lawsuit has resurfaced, and there was a lot of developments that took place today. And I'll be real, right? After seeing everything in its totality, after hearing from various people, it may be bad news for UMG and maybe Kendrick. Drake is doubling down on the claims that UMG used bots to enhance the popularity of Not Like Us, even using a Joe Budden clip in the amended lawsuit. In June of 2024, one podcast host, Joe Budden, stated, "Not only do I not care that Kendrick Lamar used bots, but I knew he did." In a podcast clip posted to his YouTube channel on June 23rd of 2024, he continued, "Y'all didn't know that Kendrick Lamar used bots? You thought that this was just the first time miraculously that a Drake record ever had more dislikes than likes? Or you didn't know that that was bots? Bots to me was a part of how you win the war versus Drake." Now, I don't know how much relevancy a Joe Budden podcast clip will have in this civil suit, but nonetheless, he has included it. Now, Drake is doubling down on the bots allegations after a lot of people were reporting that Drake is removing the bot claims from the lawsuit when that's not the case at all. Now, Drake actually scored a minor victory today where a judge ruled that his request for discovery can move forward after UMG requested to have it dismissed. The judge is saying that Drake can request discovery and he will make a final ruling on this later on, I think in June of something, right? So Kanye West and others have been chiming in, actually being grateful, celebrating Drake's minor victory against UMG. Kanye West would actually say that Drake lawsuit is one of the greatest and most impactful lawsuits that we will see in music history, and is actually the biggest win for musicians and other artists.
I'm so happy right now. You don't understand with this UMG, Drake, Kendrick situation, Super Bowl, Grammys. This shit was driving me, and you know where it should be driving me. But this is one of the biggest, if not, this is the biggest victory in music history right here. I'm never finna call Drake out of his name. I'm team Drake 100% and team Kendrick and team all of us. Like Kendrick need to be going at UMG at this point. This is what I said in my version of Like That. I said, Lucien, lifetime deal. Like, let's stop aiming all this at each other. That's all, like, bro, you have no idea. Everything is worth everything for a moment like this where we stop going at each other and we go at the slave masters.
Kanye West is right if Drake wasn't suing because he lost a rap battle. Yes, of course, we should be rallying behind anyone who's going against the infrastructure. We should be rallying behind anyone who is trying to break a system who can't operate without exploitation. We should be pro the cause. But the thing is, if your motive isn't that, it's hard to rally around you. Drake is suing because he lost a rap battle, not because the system is broken. Drake is suing because Kendrick Lamar beat him. If Kendrick Lamar didn't beat Drake in his rap battle, right? If Kendrick Lamar dropped Not Like Us and Drake dropped Family Matters, but Drake still won, Drake wouldn't be suing for defamation, for unfair business practices. Drake wouldn't care. So if the only motive is to get some type of skin in the game after losing a rap battle, to get some type of compensation for the L, then it's really hard for people to rally around Drake because we understand the motive isn't you want to fix the broken system. You just don't want the broken system to work against you. Y'all don't understand. These labels move like literal mobsters, or like the mafia. Because UMG would issue Drake a threat, a warning in the public after the judge ruled that Drake request for discovery can move forward. So UMG would issue Drake a warning. And here's what they say. They say Drake unquestionably one of the world's most accomplished artists and with whom we've enjoyed a 16-year successful relationship is being misled by his legal representatives into taking one absurd legal step after another. In Texas last November, his counsel instituted a legal proceeding with much fanfare and bluster. On Monday, they quietly dropped the case. In New York in January, Drake's counsel filed a defamation lawsuit, fearful of being sanctioned by the court for certain false allegations. Tonight, they amended the complaint to withdraw them only to add more baseless allegations. 2 weeks ago, his representatives celebrated a win, the granting of a routine discovery motion. That win will become a loss if this frivolous and reckless lawsuit is not dropped in its entirety, because Drake will personally be subjected to discovery as well. As the old saying goes, be careful what you wish for. These people are terrible, bruh. If you think the street dudes are bad, bruh, wait till you meet Lucy and Grange. Wait till you meet the label representatives, bro. These dudes run themselves like gangsters and mafia personas, bro. Yo, you know what they're telling Drake, bro? They're telling Drake, hey, son, hey, buddy, we signed you when you were a kid, okay? We have been responsible for your PR. We've been responsible of silencing every allegation against you. We've been responsible at making a lot of controversy go away. We've been your protector. We've been your label. We've been your PR. We've been everything to you for the last 16 years. We know where the skeletons are buried, bro. We know where your skeletons are buried, bro. Are you sure you want to go there with us? Yeah, we probably did some dirt. Yeah, we probably used some bots. But are you sure you want to do discovery, bro? When we've been working with you for 16 years and we know a lot more information about you than you know about us. That's a silent threat. Now, it looks like Drake is ready to take this to the end. It looks, Drake is at the point where he said, hey, listen, bro. All right. Y'all use Kendrick Lamar to get me out the paint. My back is against the wall. I ain't got much else to lose, bro. All right. I'm ready to go to the end to this. So Drake responded back to UMG, sounded unwavered, right? Sounded like he still wants to proceed with this, and UMG hasn't scared him off. Drake and his team will respond to UMG by stating UMG's latest statement is a desperate attempt to spin a narrative and deflect from the truth. Drake is holding the largest music conglomerate in the world accountable for his actions and doing so without fear. We dismissed the Texas discovery action because discovery would not proceed in New York. That's not retreat, that's victory. UMG dismissed his First Amendment petition in Texas because it has no claim, that's losing. And UMG knows the case against it is only getting stronger. Drake's welcomes discovery and has nothing to hide. Is not Drake who should worry, is UMG's current leadership. We look forward to hearing from Lucian Grange, John Janik, and UMG employees under oath. UMG claims to stand for creativity, but in fact exploits it, and the artist community knows that. UMG drains artists for his profits, then discards them. Drake joins a growing chorus of artists raising questions by UMG's leadership. The public and artists should be concerned about recent headlines involving UMG's largest stakeholders that only reinforces the need for transparency all the way up the board of directors level. UMG says, be careful what you ask for. And Drake knows exactly what he asked for: the truth and accountability.
It's gonna be a little controversial, but I think I'm back to Team Drake. I think like I was like really upset to hear that a rapper was claiming defamation in a rap battle, right? Like that to me, that's stupid. Like, wait a second. You lost the rap battle because the songs weren't as good as the other guys, and now you're suing and saying, well, one of those guys' songs defames me. And I thought that was dumb. And then my cousin, my nephew, he was asking me to go buy some clothes, and I was like, okay, what brands are we talking about? And OVO came up, and he had this look on his face where it's like awkward, and he's feeling like kind of sheepish about talking about it, and it was the angle,
right?
And then I thought about that some more, and I thought about
his story isn't unique. My niece, Jalea, told me that Drake liked them young, right? So, and I'm sure you probably have kids in your family who entire perspective or perception of Drake has been molded by this song. So when you're Drake and you sit back and you look at, there's really kids out here who think that I'm a predator. So when you sit back and you really look at the effects of this, you have to think, this is defamation, bro. This is defamation, bro. Like, I understand it's a rap song, but you literally have kids really thinking I'm a predator. So yeah, bro. If I'm Drake, I probably would have sued too. but I still have to live with the consequences of I sued directly after a rap battle because I lost. You know? Yeah, like I still have to live with that. All right. All right, like I'm still probably a sucker for suing, but bro, my pride probably won't be able to take it, bro. I gotta sue, bro. You got the babies thinking that they my type? Nah, bro. You gotta get that, man. I need my issue. Now, Mo would expand further on exactly what he believes, like Drake chances are in terms of all aspects of the lawsuit, not just defamation.
The NFL bleeped at the Super Bowl halftime show.
Right.
And the reason why they bleeped is listen to the word. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like when you hear Not Like Us, it might kind of roll off you for a second. But when you look back on that story, that's pretty aggressive. And so in the Drake lawsuit, I will say, I've rethought my thinking on that a little bit. Now, Not Like Us was a bop. He got crushed in that rap battle, but the use of he's going after UMG on it heavy. That lawsuit is advancing. It started with this pre-petition thing or whatever, but now there's a defamation case. There's 3 counts: defamation, then there's a count for like harassment, and then there's a count for violating New York's general business law, basically engaging in unfair, deceptive business practices. The defamation count, Universal has moved to dismiss that count. A motion to dismiss in federal court basically says, judge, assume everything that this guy wrote in his complaint is true, okay? Even if it's all true, we're not liable because, and Universal gets into a couple arguments. Their big argument is fact versus, they call it hyperbole or like puffery opinion. That there's facts, which you can sue for defamation, like, I don't know, if I called you a and then there's hyperbole, which you can't sue for defamation, like if I called you a rap battle. I don't know about that. I don't think there's clear-cut case law on this. I think this is one of those situations where a lot of stuff happens in the world. Rarely does it happen between 2 people with unlimited money.
UMG is dreading Drake being able to move forward with discovery. Because even if Drake don't win this lawsuit per se, but he still get the discovery out the way, he still get access to Kendrick Lamar's contract, what they promised Kendrick Lamar. He still gets access to the correspondence between Kendrick Lamar and UMG and their team. Drake gets a lot of information. UMG can put up a tough front all they want, but this is something they don't want, bruh. And I don't even think Kendrick wants this. And the thing is, Kendrick Lamar is like, I believe he's like just the casualty. Because really, Kendrick Lamar is not named as a defendant in this lawsuit, but Drake being able to access his contract and other information to me is foul, and I don't feel like they should give that to Drake. But in terms of UMG, bro, Drake is gonna have access to contracts that UMG has with Spotify, negotiations they have with these DSP, these radio personalities, these radio platforms, bro. They gonna see a lot of correspondence, and he's gonna figure out, bro, is payola being done? Is bots being sent? Is Spotify aware of these bots? Is Spotify helping these bots? Is the playlist rigged? There's so much information that Drake is about to get from these discoveries that even if he don't win the lawsuit, a lot of the questions that we have is going to be answered just through the discovery itself. This is terrible, bro. Hey, listen, bro. Drake, go to an underground bunker, bro. All right. Don't drive no cars. Don't hop in no airplanes, bro. They gonna Angie Stone you, homie. Y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this, man? Do y'all believe that Drake has a case? Do y'all believe that Drake is going to win this case? Let me know, okay? And if you're still watching, click on this video right here to find out why does No Jumper host quits. They just quit after this heated argument took place at No Jumper today. I'm going to see you guys in this video somewhere on my screen, all right? I'm out of here, folks. Peace.